Hey everybody, thank you for clicking on this video and checking out my cinema reviews. I'm so thankful that I have friends and family and stuff that will watch these videos and will comment on them and, encourage me to keep doing these reviews. And, this is my second video and, I already feel like I've been doing it for a long time, even though I've only done one video. But anyways, today I was going to talk to you about two movies that I saw recently, and then I was going to pick something out of my own collection and recommend it to you. The two movies that I saw are recently released movies. One of them is still in theaters, and the other one is on DVD now. The first movie I want to talk to you about is Little Fockers, which is still in theaters, and it's the third movie in the Meet the Parents franchise, which I think has a lot of talent behind the entire franchise. Everybody from Ben Stiller, Robert De Niro, Owen Wilson, so on and so forth. And, Meet the Parents, I've always given that movie a 4 out of 4 star rating. I thought it was a great movie. Meet the Fockers, I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was funny. But I think some of the quality and the humor went down. It became more, sometimes it could be funny, but more sexual oriented, which sometimes, it gets kind of awkward, depending on, in mixed company, that kind of thing. But it was still a funny movie, so I always gave that one 3 out of 4 stars. So I had high hopes when I went and saw Little Fockers. But after I watched it, I have to say that I'm only going to give that movie 1 out of 4 stars. And because I feel like they shouldn't even have made it. I feel like that the talent and everything that was involved, I feel like the writers they switched all the characters into more comic figures, like everything was unbelievable. Like, this is not, this isn't really happening to these characters because this doesn't happen to anybody. And I felt like it was kind of forced on you, the humor was, and I couldn't really find a plot in it. I know it dealt with a lot of, maturity in life and everything like that, and there was a lot of humor about it, but it was supposed to convey a message of, have a serious message to it. And I think this film failed to do that. And I think that's why I think it's the worst movie in the franchise. And I'm actually going to say that this was actually my least favorite movie that I saw this year. And I'm disappointed when I say that because I looked so forward to it. And I saw it and I walked out of the theater and I went, it was funny. I had some laughs, but overall I felt extremely disappointed. I feel like Robert De Niro, his talent was wasted in this movie because it's like he's making fun of the character that he plays. So I recommend you just to watch Robert De Niro's classic movies like Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, Raging Bull. Stick with those. Even the first Meet the Parents movie. So I give that one 1 out of 4 stars. The second movie I want to talk about is actually on DVD now, and it's called Night and Day, starring Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz. And it was a very entertaining movie. I thought it was going to be kind of stupid and boring, and I didn't really have any high hopes for it, but I think Tom Cruise is hilarious, and I don't care what anybody says about his personal life, but he was funny in that movie. Like, he was hilarious. And Cameron Diaz played a good role, and they played a good team together. And I thought the movie was very, very, it was very complex of a plot, like with the, the spy situation, for that kind of movie. And that's what made it very good. The action was great. My only complaint, I felt like the movie was maybe a little bit too long. I felt like the last 20 minutes, it just kept going and going and going. And I think it could have been about 20 minutes shorter. But other than that, I thought it was a very good movie. It's highly entertaining. I mean, it's not the best movie ever made, but it was entertaining. If you want to have something light and entertaining and funny, and if you like Tom Cruise, Cameron Diaz, check out this movie. I give it 3 out of 4 stars, and so check it out. And the movie or whatever that I picked out of my collection today is the television series. It was out between, 1990 and 1991, and it's David Lynch's Twin Peaks. And I just recently about a couple years ago. I love David Lynch as a filmmaker. If you don't know, he's made movies like Eraserhead, Dune, Blue Velvet, Mulholland Drive, Inland Empire. He's The Elephant Man. He makes a lot of surrealistic type movies, and some of his movies are known for being really hard to follow, which makes it even better. But Twin Peaks is a television series about a girl named Laura Palmer who's actually murdered, and nobody knows why. And this detective is sent to this little small town of Twin Peaks to try to figure it all out. And it's kind of a darkly humored show, but what keeps the show going is the mystery of Laura Palmer. And you kind of get to know each of the town's citizens, and you find out there's actually really more to this murder and this town that meets the eye. And it's a very entertaining show. I highly recommend it. They sometimes show it on reruns, depending on what cable provider you have. But I went ahead. I actually bought this. This is the entire series, and it was only on for 2 seasons. And you could read the story of why it was only on for 2 seasons. But it's actually a show that's inspired many other shows, like with the serial drama, the serial comedy, even shows like Lost. The creators I think have even said that if Twin Peaks hadn't existed, then everything might have turned out differently for them. But this is it really inspired a lot of people. But anyways, I'd at least check it out online. Put it on Netflix or whatever. I highly recommend it. And if you enjoy it, that's awesome. If you don't enjoy it, I'm sorry for recommending something. But I have a feeling that I'm going to recommend a lot of stuff that it's either love it or hate it type stuff. So, but anyways, thank you for clicking on this video. And if you have anything to say, please comment on it. Don't forget, if you're interested in this, subscribe to my page on YouTube. Chattaway87 is my channel name. And also, I want to recommend everybody to check out Coolduder, COOLDUDER. He does movies on YouTube, and he does a lot of these DVD reviews videos. He's been doing it for a few years, but watching his videos actually inspired me to continue to start doing this. And so check out some of his videos. Support him. Check out some of these other guys on YouTube that are doing the same thing. But once again, I thank y'all for watching. See you next time.